Hello, welcome to day 25, and this is part 8 of the documentation of creating a PHP Web Framework. So yeah, it's going to get back to the documentation. As the title suggests, might be a bit boring because it's just documentation. So I've given you that warning, giving you a title warning. So if you're still watching it, I'm sure that you love documentation. So I was documenting the classes previously, and we just did error, so we're on forum now. Now this is quite a meaty class. It's not the meatiest. The meatiest will be user. All the others should be relatively small. It should be forum and user should be the biggest ones. So the aim is to get, I would say, forum done today. So yeah, let's get started. So if I open up email, we'll use that as a good base for what we're doing. Now I'm going to edit the page, copy it, open up Sublime. Amazing text editor, can't recommend it enough. Download it if you don't have it, it's free. Sublime text version 3 is fantastic. So this is the forum class. Forum class, this class provides a forum system. This class extend, yeah, fine, constructor. Should I list out all the methods first? Yeah, I'll do that first. So load sections. Actually, I'm just going to duplicate this a bunch of times first. Change this like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do that after because it depends on how many we've got. So we need load sections. We need one for get sections. I'll do the actual IDs after. Let me just get all these copied in first. Load categories. Get categories. Actually no, load categories is a private method, as is load sections. So we don't want that. Loading we do not want, because as it's a private method, we aren't interested in that whatsoever. So get questions. Get section. Get category. Get question. Insert question. Next is count. I'll just remember what that is and I'll type it in manually. Be a quick one. We got is question liked, is question disliked, like question, and the next one should be dislike question. So quite a lot of methods in here. Dislike question, count question likes, count question dislikes. So count question likes, count question dislikes, count question overall likes, favorite question, is question favorited. I'll probably need to just duplicate this a few more times. Should be more than enough. Get favorites and then edit question. So get favorites, edit question. So now we've got the content sorted. Let's just sort out the numbering. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I'm just gonna save on the desktop because last thing I want to do is accidentally get rid of this file somehow. It could crash, could accidentally just close it. It usually does actually keep it till you reopen it again, even if you haven't saved it, but don't take that risk. So Now let's start sorting out the ID. So get sections, get categories, get questions, get section, get category, get question, and then insert question. So insert question, count, that should be a pretty obvious one. Is question liked? Is question disliked? Like question. Dislike question. Count question likes, so count question likes, count question dislikes, count question overall likes, so count question overall likes, favorite question, get favorites, and edit question. So edit question, and so obviously for the constructor it didn't take any parameters, so this would just be a simple one like forum, and it would obviously just be forum. Just spell it correctly, obviously, that would help. Now we go to look at get sections. This method retrieves all the forum top level sections from the database. Usage would be something like so. Forum, and the force load, I'll whack that here, get rid of everything else. Is whether or not you want to load the data again from the database. By default it is true. By default it is true. It should always be true the first time being called on a page. It is also optional. So I don't think I really need an example. Let's have a quick look, see if I've done an example for stuff where I have something like, you know, force load in there. Comments has force load, I know that does. No, that's fine. Okay, let's copy and paste this. So now we are on get categories. Get categories. So get categories, I'll replace this like so. This method retrieves all the forum, the categories, for a particular section in the forum from the database. Now duplicate that. Actually no, we need to put it on a different line. Need ID for the first one. Is the section ID which you would like to retrieve all the categories for. Save that. Duplicate this. Next we are on get questions. Get questions, and for that it's actually very similar, so I'll replace this here. Is the category ID, retrieves all the questions for a particular category in the forum from the database. Okay, that's another one done. What's after get question? Get section. Get section merely just has an ID, so I can get rid of this. This method retrieves a single forum section from the database. ID is the section ID which you would like to retrieve, and there is no force load. Next one is, well, get category and get question. They will be pretty quick and easy. Should be able to do both of them within less than a minute. So get category, forum category from the database, category is the ID of the section which we would like to retrieve, the ID of the category which we would like to retrieve, and need to just copy and paste that. Get question, single forum question from the database, get question is the ID of the question. May have been a little over a minute, that's not too bad. Next we got insert question. I'm going through this pretty fast actually. Might be able to get a couple of other classes done as well today. Okie dokie. Insert question. So for that, I'm going to copy and paste this. To here. Copy and paste that to here. This method inserts a question into the database. And need to duplicate this, so there's three parameters, then I need to obviously replace the names of each parameter. Title is the title of the question, slash heading is the question description slash body, and is the cat ID of the category where the question, and say in which is it. I think it's 2 words, isn't it? In which. Let's have a quick look. In which, yeah, it looks like it. In which the question was posted. Next we got count. Oh, that's a very simple one, that is. As there is actually no method that's going to be parameter that's going to be returned. Actually, there's a count in here. I'll just copy this count. Okay, so let's copy and paste this one. Retrieve the number of items loaded from the database, number of items loaded from the database, number of items last loaded from the database for next is the question liked and is question disliked. Should be a pretty simple one. Do we have anything like that in here? Yes, we do indeed. So should just be able to copy and paste this. Is question liked and is question disliked. Is question liked, and we need to replace it here. Is question disliked, and we need to replace it here. This method checks if a question is liked, and that defines the ID of the question to check. Okay, that's another 2 done. And then we got the liking of it. Again, we can just copy and paste this to save some time. And that should really be a similar method, so it just takes an ID. So like comment, like question actually. Like question. This method likes a question. If the question is already liked, I'll replace that one after. It should be a lowercase q for the other one. Question. If the question is already liked, simply remove the like, similar to YouTube. The question, then it's like okay, and we're done for this one as well. Next is count question likes and count question dislikes, and then count comment overall likes. So again, we should just be able to copy and paste this. It's just saving some time. The beauty of it is keeping it uniform as well, which is what I like. Okay. So count question likes, count question like, need to replace it here, and need to replace it here, and here, and here. I need to replace the other question, comment words like so. Okay, where are we now? Done quite a bit of it. So favorite question now. So I know that section does not exist. Am I missing one? Favorite question. Is question favorited? I don't think I have is question favorited. Must have missed it. Is question favorited? Favorite question just requires an ID. So I will copy this and I will get this, put it here, put it here. This method favorites a question for the user. And that's another thing I need to sort out, is it needs to say forum instead of comments. That could end up being confusing for someone looking at the documentation thinking, oh yeah, do we have to create the comments here ourselves or what? Okay, so favorite question for the user is the ID of the question that you would like to favorite. Now, is question favorited? I'll just get one of these ones, the is. So is question disliked? So is question favorited. This method checks if a question is favorited by the user, return true or false. The ID of the question to check, that's fine. Now get favorites. Get favorites. And we need the user ID in here. And we need it here as well. This method gets all the favorites for a particular user. Is the ID of the user to retrieve all the favorites for. Save that. And the final one is edit question. So this is, can copy and paste this into here. Copy and paste that into here. This method edit/updates a question. If you don't want to quickly check. Okay, all is good. Just need to explain the parameters and then we're done for the forum class. Quicker than I thought. I think I didn't waste as much time as I sometimes do. So now is putting that here, title, is the ID of the question to edit / update is the new updated title, and the same for this one is the new / updated description. Save that, copy it, and we can go new page, classes, forum, paste it into here, save it, have a quick look, make sure everything in the contents is linking to the right section. So far so good. Okay, I wonder if we'll get through this entire one without any problems of just the contents. So is question favorited, get favorites, and finally edit question. All done. Okay, so now in the classes folder overview section we need to implement the forum bit. So to do that, if we scroll down, we can copy and paste this one, rename this forum. This can contain the methods to build a forum. Now it should now work. So if I go back, click forum, we should go down and click this. Fantastico. So it's just been under halfway because you do about an hour, and now we've done hash. Input's a pretty simple one that should take about 5 minutes. So and that is a static class as well. So I'll copy what else was static. What? Something else was static. I believe it was hash. Yep, so I'm going to copy and paste this and just modify the contents as we need to. So this is input class. This class provides functionality to check for what type of input. Yep, exists, provides function to check and get input from get and post. So we have an exists method and a get method. Exists. We have a get method. Get rid of that. We can get rid of this one, and this is exists, get, this method checks if input exists for get or post. Example usage is, so it would be input $type. So type is the type of data to check for, accepts either it's $_gaze, and it's either $_post or $_get. And what I'll actually do is just bold these so they stand out a bit more. Now we need to finally do get, so which we've already renamed. This method gets a particular item, so whack that here. Import this method gets input from a particular type. I'll also put as the type, so it's just a bit more obvious what you're meant to be doing. Item, and I'm gonna put a couple of break lines here. And that is the item to get data for, is the submission type for the data, and that's usage. And I'm going to do an example usage as well, or an example. Fully copy it. So example would be get item, so that would be something like item 1, and this will be $_post. Copy that, go to new page, classes, input, paste it down here, save the page. Okay, make sure this is all working. Boom, that looks all good. Just need to update it in the exactly in the classes folder. Classes folder, edit, and input. Scroll down, copy and paste this. Input, this class contains the methods to handle input, and this is going to be input. Make sure this is working, all the links are all good, and we can move on to the next one, which is miscellaneous. Okay, so miscellaneous, it's just 3 more static methods in here. So this is going to be miscellaneous class. This class provides functionality that doesn't have its own class at the moment. And the 3 methods: change website title, and I want to uppercase C. Change website title, we need one for generate lorem ipsum short text, generate lorem ipsum long text, generate lorem ipsum long text, lorem ipsum short text, which is Latin for lorem ipsum Latin for campaign itself. I meant to have copied and pasted it, then changed it to lowercase. Change website title. So, lowercase it all, and now copy that. Okay, this method changes the site's title that appears in the browser tab. Is the new website title. Next is generate lorem ipsum short text. No parameters for this, which is good. So we can get rid of this. This returns a single example, single paragraph of lorem ipsum for design use. And then we need to do the same, but for the long text. So long text returns a long piece of text of lorem ipsum for design use. So copy that, go to new page, and this is going to be classes, miscellaneous, save page. Make sure all of this is linking properly. Boom. Yes. So now go to classes folder. Just need to edit this. To miscellaneous method. This class contains miscellaneous. Spelled it correctly. It was surprised. Miscellaneous contains miscellaneous methods that aren't categorized at the moment. So this can change to miss. Save. So if I click on miscellaneous, click on that, take them to the right page. Fantastic. Path, another short static one. So this is going to be path class. This class provides functionality to create the appropriate paths to resources on the server for this framework for proper use. Okay, there are two methods, prepend route and and it should be actually lowercase t. Okay, okay, both of them have variables inside it. Let's copy and paste this to here. This is going to be path, prepend route. This method this method adds the root path to a file that is unique to your website. Okay, prepend root location is the location of the file within the public folder. And now two is just the same as that one. This method as the root to this method is identical to the method above, just named differently. And that's it. I'm not going to explain the variable because if it's identical, so I don't even need to explain the usage, I guess. Again, it's identical, so this is path. So edit. Should be new page actually. Classes, path, and save page. Go to classes folder. Need to add it in here again. This class contains methods to retrieve resources from the public directory Okay, so this is going to be path. Actually, one thing I want to check out, am I explaining this correctly? Get the root, website root. So if we go to where we would possibly be using this, so could be in path to, no. How do we get resources then? That's what I'm trying to think. Okay, so let's have a look in. I think I might have explained this incorrectly then. In the header file, prepend root. No, that's fine. That is fine. It is for the public directory, and that's where the public directory initializes all of our systems. So when it gets something like home / whatever, that's where it handles it. Even though the code files are somewhere else, that's where it technically is handling it all. That's all good. So I can save that now. Make sure it's working. If I click path, and it is, check the time. Yeah, should be able to do a few more. Should be able to do recapture, redirect, session. I'll do these three. I was going to need to quickly pop to the toilet, and then I'll get back and do these three. Okay, I'm back and we can go into the reCAPTCHA stuff, which is basically just a container for Google's reCAPTCHA library. So reCAPTCHA. And reCAPTCHA class. It is a static, it's nah. It's not static. It's not static at all. I want to copy this one. Get rid of literally oh, there's two methods actually. reCAPTCHA. This class provides a container to use the Google reCAPTCHA library. So there's constructor, this simply constructs the class, blah de blah de blah. And I'll just call this reCAPTCHA. And this takes no parameters, which is fantastic. This method check if the reCAPTCHA button has been successfully selected and passed. That's it for reCAPTCHA. So copy and paste that into a new page. And like so, and gonna call it classes reCAPTCHA. Save that. Constructor. Get sections. Why is constructor indented so much? Because there's no space, maybe? Edit. Save page. Okay, that's fantastic. Now we just need to add it to the classes folder overview section. So we would need to go to edit. reCAPTCHA. This class contains methods to use Google's reCAPTCHA library. reCAPTCHA, save page, and that works fine. So now we can move on to redirect. This one is a static, so I can just copy and paste that to redirect. There's one method which is to. As we've already got one called to, we'll leave it like this. And that obviously requires a parameter. This class provides functionality to provide functionality to redirect the user to another view / page to location as well. To this method redirects the user to another view / page. location is the view slash page to redirect the user to. Copy and paste that into a new page. So classes redirect, save page, make sure this is all good. Did not put a lowercase. Save page now. You should scroll down when I click on it. Boom, that's all good. And now go to the overview classes folder, update this accordingly. Redirect. This class contains methods to redirect, contains, say, functionality, because it's only one method at the moment, but there might be more methods later on to redirect the user to another part of the website. And it should be redirect right here. Save page, redirect, and that works. And the next one is session. Again, session is slightly bigger, not a problem at all. Okie dokie, so let's just list out all the contents first. Actually, let's just do all of this first. Session. This class provides functionality to handle site sessions. So we got exists. Okay, how many methods we got? 2, 4, and 5. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's called exists. Put and get. Put, get, delete and flash. Delete and flash. Exists. Put, get, delete and flash. Now we just need to, well, explain each one of these. So exists, this method checks if a session exists, and this will be name. Is the name of the session to check. Put this method checks if sets a session. So we need this like so. This method sets a session. The name of session to set. Value is the data to assign with the session. Next we got get. Well, that's a simple one that just gets a particular, and that should just have a name parameter. So we can get rid of this. Get rid of this, change this to get, change this to get. This method gets a session the name of the session to get, and now we go delete. Again, just one parameter in there, so we can copy and paste this, delete. This method deletes. Don't know why I deleted all that. Deletes a session. Delete. There's another session to delete. The final one was flash. Name and a string. So copy and paste that. Flash. That should be back on next week as well. Flash. This method sends a message that can be displayed / flashed on another page. Great for contextual information between views / pages, and is the name of the session to so if it already exists, then session equals self get, then it deletes it, then returns the session is the name of the session to flash, and this was string is the message to send. If a message has already been flashed, then it will be retrieved, then deleted, otherwise it will be set. Copy that into session, and session. Make sure reCAPTCHA is all good. Looks all good to me. Except for this one, there should be a redirect instead of path. I'll change that in a moment. So redirect instead of path. So session, classes, session, redirect needs to be renamed to just this here, redirect. And if we go back to session, just need to confirm that all of this is working before we put or update the overview classes folder page to be able to navigate to the session class. Everything looks all good to me. So go to classes folder, edit, copy and paste this, rename this to session. This class contains functionality to handle site sessions. I think it's just session instead of sessions. Okay, that's all good, and let's look at the time. Just been over an hour, so that's all good. Time won't take long. That's only 4 methods. Token, just a couple of methods. User is going to be the meaty one. and validate. Not that many methods in here. So for the user one, that's the one I'm going to be concentrating on next. Want to get that out of the way, the longest one, then I can start working on the big one, I mean the really small one. So 2 more days and the actual classes part of it should be done, and then after that I want to get onto examples, which will most likely be these in some form or another. Maybe it's little snippets, or maybe it's the entire sort of thingy-majiggy. I'm not too sure yet. I think I'll have these as examples within sort of like the GitHub, like another GitHub folder, just saying view examples, example views, and then I'll whack them all in there. And then we'll obviously need, you know, sort of a fresh, like the actual GitHub page should be a fresh directory essentially. And yeah, apart from that, it's going good. It's going pretty darn good. Probably another, it's gonna be a few days till the documentation is done, but it's something that's needed and it'll be done very soon. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on my educational platform, sonarlearning.co.uk. There'll be a link in the description. Also, if you want to contribute to the code, the documentation, the wiki, or any sort of ideas that you have, feel free to let us know, because this is a project by the community for the community. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.